let's get Frenchie up here with me. And what do we have on the plate for today, my man?
Let me do the screens. All right. All right.
Sorry.
I tell you. All right. Yeah. Like usual, I'll be doing the ticker talking. All right. So, should there be a cap on one player only per team for the multi-divisional players, right? Because you got players who do 3 leagues, 2 leagues, and you got like corruption who has like 2 players that can really intertwine. Barbarian can intertwine. So you got those players that bring another level, right? But should there be a cap? What do you say?
I say no, because if you're going to do that, then you're telling people that they have to pick what division they want to play in, and for one, that doesn't jive with wrestling because you've got singles play wrestlers who are also in teams wrestling, and so I mean that already contradicts the wrestling aspect of it.
No, the
Um,
wrestling is just the entertainment.
so that's the only part of wrestling you're
I,
taking from it is
I,
the
I
entertainment.
I find like the promos, the this, the that. When it comes to ranking, when it comes to how you get your points, right? That is more aggravation. The wrestling is more the characters, the legacy part of it. It's less to do about the rankings, right? Especially since you have an actual real competition. It's not made up by one person. The results, right? So you can't really do the same thing for rankings. For me, it's a hard yes because if you got a player that let's say he's singles, but he's able to do the Star Wars and inner geek them, and then you got a inner geek them person who can be in teams or singles. You got a couple of them. Well, you're touching avenues and also limiting the chances of your other faction mates. So to keep it more stable and as pick your multi-divisional people, I think you should be allowed with one, and it's going to really change up the free agency game, how people get signed, right? And if ever you even want one, right? So it really changes the aspect for next year and brings a whole different level of depth.
Maybe I'm making a bad assumption here, but I'm assuming that
Yeah.
you're bringing in some sort of it isn't fair argument because
No,
you
no, no. It's
because
not. It's not.
where
It isn't.
where I'm coming from, man, we got the we dude. Why would you want to limit them? There is no reason. In my mind, a logical reason to want to limit people to one division. If someone can play singles and IG, what's the issue with that? I see no
It,
problem with that. And if
it's not an
someone
issue.
has like 8 people out of 12 who are multi-division players, and then another faction doesn't have that many multi-division players, then I say kudos on the person who drafted the 8 multi-division players. Draft well done, and good luck to you racking up those points.
No, but I'm not saying it's a problem. I'm saying it's a way to evolve next season, right? You always have to find ways to make it feel different. If you have, like, let's say that means either like a Chance and Kalinowski, right? If they both definitely want to do in the same division, it could create a storyline for them, like do another excuse to break up, let's say corruption, and do a new storyline because they both want to be a multi-divisional player, and you're only allowed one. So either they step back on one division, or they go to another faction. It mixes up things. You want things to mix up, right? And for me, that's the perfect way to mix it up without changing the whole code.
There's no, dude. You're trying to solve a problem that doesn't exist, or
No. Yeah, but the problem is you have to evolve.
I'm sorry, I said the wrong thing. Hold on, I said the wrong words. I didn't mean to say that. You're not trying to solve a problem that doesn't exist. You are over. You are overthinking this. Like
How?
you're because you're like, well, change it up. Okay,
Okay,
yeah, change
I
things.
have a question for you then, Jay Webb.
This is a drastic change that
Well, I
makes
have a question for you, Jay
zero
Wade.
sense,
I
dude.
have a question for you. Yes or no? Nothing else. No
What
explanation.
do
I
you
just want
gain from
to.
doing it?
I just want your yes or no. Does Schmoedown have to evolve every season? Yes or no?
No.
Okay, well, in that case, you do not understand where this is going in direction because
No, I mean, it doesn't.
there's a reason.
I mean,
There's
like,
a reason. There's a reason we got like a different type of draft than last year. We got
of course it's going
agent
to naturally
signings.
evolve, but I mean, you don't have to sit there and think, how can I put the tools in the gears and tinker with it every single season?
You have to. You
don't
have to.
have to, dude. No,
Yes.
you don't have to.
Yeah, but okay, you don't have to. But the way that
Even if
Harloff,
you do,
the way that
I don't
Harloff is,
understand why you picked this. This is such a stupid thing to be
no,
like,
it
you
isn't.
shouldn't be able to have more than one multi-division player. Dude, I don't even understand where that comes from. It's so freaking absurd, man.
Now, for me, if you look at how Christian is evolving the sport, he is trying to find a way to differentiate every season, right? So, what else? Like instead of like you've done the draft differently, right? You've done it differently. You have free agents. You have the rookie-ish, maybe like drafts. So maybe you don't touch the draft part aspect again. You try to evolve something else, which is the free agent signing. It's going to change the game. You're going to see people shift around, and that's what's good. Is when you have a shift around, it creates new dynamics, and I find it's the simplest and most strategic way to do a mix-up without really overdoing it. Right? It's subtle. That subtle difference makes a big difference without effing up everything up, right? So, but that's just me, man.
I understand, dude. I totally understand. Like, I think evolving, when you say evolving, is a little bit strong. But I mean, I understand changing things up, spicing it up. I understand that. But like, even though I understand that, this specific thing that you were proposing is just Christian. Please, for once, for the love of God.
Look. The way I see it, the multi-divisional people are like goalies. Right? You got sometimes in teams positions that you only have one of them. You have 6 defenders in hockey.
This
You
is
have
traditional hockey.
you have 6. You have but that's what I'm saying. You can mix and match. I'm not saying do exactly like it because it's not a physical sport. But you can mix and match the philosophies you find, right? And one philosophy in sport is not every position has equal amounts of players. And for me, having a multi-divisional type of player is a type of like position almost, right? Because you got one league division people who specialize in it.
Called specialty players. What's wrong with having as many specialty players as you want?
And there's nothing wrong.
I say that's your fault for having a shitty draft.
No, there's nothing wrong with that. It just changes the way you play, right? So let's say corruption wins again this year, right? Let's say they win again. If they're able to win the third time with only having one specialty team, they've proven that they're able to win no matter what the circumstances thrown at them. You have to do challenges like that. All right, but enough about me. I think we got 2 messages, and then we'll go past with Dan and
really quick before we get Dan and Soda's take, and then we'll have Marie in. And just to let the stereo listeners know, we will not be taking comments during our interview with Marie Wilson, but you can still send them in, and we'll listen to them afterward, and we will have an open discussion about the pay-per-view matches after that interview. But here we go. We had 3. Let's see who they are.
Hey guys, Snark here with an unrelated legal question. I was driving home today. I saw a van that had a bumper sticker that says, "I'm speeding because I really have to poop." Do you believe that's a legitimate legal defense?
Ask Jeff Snyder.
Oh, I mean, you know what? Snark, no comment. Next.
Hey guys, Snark here with another unrelated comment.
We're never doing this
Matt
again.
To know that ever since 1991 or 92, before I've gone to bed, I've prayed to the good Lord above that he'd find it in his wisdom to burn Pavel Bure's fucking house down.
What?
Yeah, you know what? Since I'm a Canadian fan, I have nothing against that. And the last one, if it's Snark, I'll shoot you, bro.
The Schmoedown has to evolve every season or whatever, but it doesn't have to evolve for the sake of evolving.
Thank
it has
you.
to evolve.
It's not
for-
evolving for the sake of evolving.
It could be better to make them better, not just to make changes for the sake of making changes.
Thank you. Thank you. But your example there is something that is just, you're just tinkering with something that's working just fine, dude.
No, but it's working just fine for certain factions. But then we'll see what factions are able to thrive with one specialty player, right? For me, changing for the sake of changing is restructuring the whole thing, right? And trying to find a new thing. We're not breaking the code. Anyways, enough about us. Let's bring in
we got
Dan.
3 minutes here. Let's get Dan and Soda's takes here. You want to hear something funny? The mic wasn't on that whole time.
No way.
Yeah, for real.
Oh, wow.
So smooth.